From the earliest days of armored warfare, British tank designers earned a reputation for thinking differently. The Chieftain MBT was no exception. It diverged so sharply from its European contemporaries that at home and abroad, it was regarded not merely as original, but decidedly controversial. Its 120mm gun had the headroom to remain relevant for decades. Its power pack and several other systems, however, drew justified criticism from the start. Bit by bit, the makers worked through the Chieftain's many issues, and along the way created what was essentially a new tank on the same foundations, testing ideas that ranged from modest and practical to sweeping and ambitious. The first years of service discovered an obvious shortcoming: the underpowered Leyland L60 engine. The designers initially tried to fix the problem while developing an export version for Israel. That deal fell through, but the experience paid off later. The Mark V received a more powerful engine. British engineers then went a step further. Prototypes for Iran and Jordan, known as the FV-4032 and the Khalid, were fitted with the Rolls-Royce CV-12. Power rose by roughly 50% without reducing range. On the contrary, the new engine proved more efficient, reliable, and predictable. In hindsight, the British had chosen the right path, only too late. Despite successful contracts with Jordan and Oman, the project's future came into question. Development continued nonetheless. Buyers of the Chieftain could now expect not just a new engine, but improved protection with composite armor. Over time, the tank's turret and hull shape began to be reworked around the new protection. Moreover, the fire control and observation systems were upgraded. The result, designated the FV-4033 Shear 2, was an updated model in which little remained of the original Chieftain beyond its layout and armament. The Iranian Revolution brought the Shear 2 story to an abrupt end, but within a few years, essentially the same design with minor revisions emerged as Britain's new MBT, the Challenger 1. Later in the 1980s, the British developed yet another Chieftain-derived variant aimed primarily at export. The so-called Chieftain 900 was a study in compromise. Appliqué Chobham armor shaped into a pike nose and a 900-horsepower engine. In the end, potential customers showed little interest. The project was canceled, and the metal demonstrators went straight from the trade shows to museum floors. After the collapse of the Soviet Union and the end of the Cold War, the Chieftain was retired from the armed forces. Unlike many other designs of the 1960s, it was withdrawn almost at once. Yet the cumulative experience gained through its many upgrades proved ample to birth a new line of British main battle tanks, the Challenger 1 and Challenger 2. But that's a story for another time.